Today, we're exploring the intriguing role of the tongue. Most of us know our tongues help us speak, chew, and swallow. But did you know they also affect the position of your teeth, your ability to breathe and sleep? To maintain our airways, the tongue must function properly, which is why having full range of motion is crucial. Surprisingly, roughly 50% of Americans have an improper tongue posture or tongue position. Yes, you heard it right. There is a correct resting position for your tongue. So, where exactly should your tongue rest? Stay tuned to discover the answer. The tongue must be functioning properly, or else it can disrupt our airways, sleep, and even our gut health. There's actually a huge connection between the tongue and other systems of the body. Have you ever heard the classic children's song, Them Bones? The toe bone's connected to the foot bone's connected to the ankle bone's connected to the leg bone. But have you ever heard your tongue is connected to your toes? It's true. Your body is an intrinsic network of bones, organs, joints, tissues, and every part of it is connected in some way. Your tongue is actually connected to your toes through a connective tissue network known as fascia. These fascia are a thin band of connective tissue that covers our muscles, offers protection to our bones, and help keeps the nerves and blood vessels in place. Your body is designed to work perfectly when everything is in its place. It's like a well-oiled machine. But like any machine, if one part is not functioning properly, there can be severe consequences to the other parts. Your tongue is no different. When your tongue is out of its intended place, everything below it down to its toes can be affected. Does your tongue have a proper place? Turns out, yes, it does. There is such a thing as proper tongue posture. It's also known as oral rest posture. So, where is your tongue? No, I mean, like right now, as you're listening to me, where is your tongue? Think about it. Is it floating somewhere between your teeth? Is it resting, touching your lower teeth? Or is it up on the roof of your mouth? Hold that thought, and we'll get back to exactly where your tongue should rest in a minute. But first, let's talk about tongue posture and tongue resting position. These terms are interchangeable and are used to describe where the proper position of the tongue should be at rest. Even though this sounds silly, there is good tongue position and bad tongue position. The truth is, if your tongue is not in the correct position, it can affect your oral health, your teeth position, and other parts of your body. Although it's a relatively small muscle, it's a strong muscle, and it can cause a range of problems if it doesn't rest in the correct position and if you're not using it correctly. When you swallow 1,200 to 2,000 times a day. And if it pushes forward on your teeth, it can create an open bite. And we'll talk more about that a little bit later. But let's dive into now, where should your tongue rest? How can we identify when it's in an improper position and what you can do to correct your tongue's position? The ideal position for your tongue at rest should be up on the roof of your mouth. It should not be pressing against your teeth. Your teeth should be slightly apart. They should only touch when you're chewing and speaking, and your lips should close over it without stretching or straining any of the other muscles in your head or neck. Your tongue should be able to function solely on its own without using any other muscles. So it should look like this. It should rest on the roof of your mouth. The tip should be just behind the front teeth, and it should be inside your teeth, not spilling over. There's bumps on the roof of your mouth called rugae. If they're really bumpy, chances are your tongue is not resting on the roof of your mouth 24/7. If you stick your tongue out and you see little indentations on your tongue, it usually means your tongue is resting and pushing against the bottom teeth. So deviations from the correct position can affect your jaw, your neck, your teeth, your ears. It can cause difficulty breathing, which then can cause gut and sleeping issues. Is your tongue in the proper place? We already discussed if it's on the roof of your mouth, and I gave you a fair idea of what it should look like and where it should be resting. However, if you're still not sure, it can be evaluated, and we can look at some of these other signs. Do you have poor posture? Do your shoulders work forward and you kind of sit like this? Do you feel like your head is forward? If your head is forward, it's usually because your tongue is blocking your airway, so you have a forward head position. Do you grind your teeth? Do you snore? Do you wake up tired? Do you or a loved one have dark circles under your eyes? Have you been diagnosed with sleep apnea? Do you have habitual mouth breathing? Do you sit like with your mouth hanging open? Or does a loved one sit like that? Do you have chapped lips? Do you have a habit of putting your teeth over or under? These are all habits that are oral myofunctional disorders. If you have elongated face, that's a sign that you're having some of these disorders and your tongue's not in the right position. If you have crooked teeth, chances are your tongue is not resting in the right place. When it's on the roof of your mouth, it acts like a natural palatal expander and it pushes your teeth out. Your cheek pressure just pushes them in and can cause crowding when your tongue's not where it's supposed to be. Do you have that open bite that I talked about earlier? When you bite together, do you see black through there? Do you see space somewhere in between there? And when you swallow, does your tongue push through there? If you see any of those, it's an oral myofunctional disorder. And that's what happens when your tongue is not in the right position. Or do you have pain in your TMJ joint? That's going to be another sign that something is not in the correct position. Awareness is key. Trying to get a sense of your oral posture, of your regular posture. Where is your tongue resting? Think about it. Where is your tongue? It should always be resting on the roof of your mouth. You should monitor your tongue's position all day while paying attention to how you're breathing. Are your lips together? Are you breathing through your nose? Do you have to purse? Is it hard for you to close your lips? Does your chin buckle? Remember, keep an eye out for these symptoms like clencing, crying, snoring, headache, sleep issues, and that'll let you know if you need some help. If it's not resting in the proper position and you have these, a myofunctional therapist can help. That's what I got trained to do when both my daughter and I were having these issues and we got help from myofunctional therapists. That's when I decided I could help more people. I've been a dental hygienist for 35 years. I did not know how important your tongue was. And why did I know about this? You can tell I'm very passionate about this now that I know, because now I can't unknow. If you have more questions, click the link below and we can talk about some of the issues you're having. I have a 10-minute free call. Do you have an oral myofunctional disorder? And do you need an oral myofunctional therapist? If so, you can kind of diagnose yourself and see, do you need more help? So how do we correct this? Awareness and keep your tongue in the roof of your mouth. Sounds simple, right? If it's that easy, you don't need the help of a myofunctional therapist or anyone else. But I suspect if you're having these and you're having concerns, you might need some help having these things corrected. So when your tongue is resting in the proper position, you shouldn't have any of these issues. When it's on the roof of your mouth, it forces you to breathe through your nose. And when you breathe through your nose, you get 18% more oxygen to your brain because your nose warms, filters, humidifies the air, and you get nitric oxide CO2 exchange. I also have an episode on that if you'd like more information. So what are the takeaways from today? Good tongue posture is important for overall body health. It can have an impact on how your face grows and develops. Your tongue is connected all the way to your toes through the fascia system. Our body is designed to work with everything in place. And when your tongue is in the intended position, you can breathe better, sleep better, and just feel better overall. So symptoms and signs of poor tongue posture or poor tongue position are going to be poor posture, shoulders forward, neck pain, shoulder pain, teeth grinding, snoring, clenching, waking up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, bedwetting for kids, dark circles under your eyes, some types of sleep disordered breathing, habitual mouth opening, mouth breathing, crooked teeth, or pain in your jaw. So now you know what to look for, what is your ideal position, and where is your tongue? Where should it be? All day, every day, on the roof of your mouth, lips together, breathe through your nose, correct swallow with your tongue up. Those are the 4 goals of myotherapy. Hope this was helpful. If you find this helpful, please like, comment, subscribe, and share with someone who you might know needs help with this. If you feel like you have more questions, hit the link below and schedule a 10-minute call with me. A healthy mouth is a healthy body and a happy, healthy life.